Hey everyone, Sean Smith here with the PPC AMS Accelerator, and today we have a customer interview with one of the students of the program. His name is Daniel Steinberg. What's going on, Daniel?
How's it going, Sean? It's
It's
going
good,
great.
man. It's a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful day.
It is
So,
here in LA too.
oh, I bet, man. I mean, you guys always have beautiful days. So, who are you, Mr. Daniel Steinberg? Please give us a intro into who you are.
All right. Well, I was born in LA. I've been here ever since. Um, I, I after graduating college, I worked at Cisco Systems, and then I realized I had to explore my original passion, which was music. So I spent the last 5 years in the music industry, and I achieved a lot of the things that I wanted to achieve. And but the one thing in music is like it is so hard to make a good living. Like it is even if people think you're doing extremely well, it's like in terms of how it translates to money, it's extremely difficult. So I realized that was becoming more important to me than my musical expression at the time. So I started looking for things that were attractive to me in terms of like lifestyle as well as just raw, like I love data, I love numbers, I
Yeah.
love patterns, and that's very similar to music. So that's how I found PPC, first in Google actually, but then in Amazon. So once I did, I was able to find one client, and even though I wasn't doing terribly, I I was actually I did pretty well. But the thing is, I wasn't sure if I could replicate those results, and I didn't have the confidence to really keep going and to know how to really keep the results going higher, increasing sales.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a solution,
Yep.
and yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I was led to your course.
Cool. So what? Because I mean, when we met, I didn't know this, but you were actually like, pretty accomplished, like you said, in the music industry. But there's no like middle. I'm not a music artist, but it feels like there's no middle. It's either like you don't. But what I noticed was you sent me your Spotify, and you have over 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, holy smokes, man! I was thinking it's gonna be like 5 listens. I was thinking like, okay, he's
yeah.
like a guy who like, what kind of achievements did you like?
I mean,
You
that
said
was
you got certain
so.
achievements, like yeah,
I
like
so
what
yeah.
kind of artists did you work with, man? I'm sure people are curious.
I've accumulated like over
Anybody
80.
we would know.
Uh, that's pretty hard because in the electronic music industry, I don't know how many people who would watch this would know.
Okay, yeah,
But
I got you.
like probably the biggest artist that I opened for an artist named Son Holo, and he's getting really big now.
I know
And
San Holo. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yep.
we're pretty good friends now. And there's a bunch of other EDM artists, and yeah, the main accomplishment is I've always dreamed of becoming like having my music heard by people, and I've and over 80 million listens on my music at this point. And
Cool.
me to go from not knowing anything about electronic music like 4 5 years ago to like being there now, it's surreal. It's pretty
Almost
crazy.
hitting
So
that nine-figure mark.
yeah, yeah, that's the goal. It's gonna happen. I mean, just
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like, time. But
And so now
yeah.
you're doing kind of like PPC and stuff. So how did you find the PPC AMS Accelerator?
So my friend Nick, he has a very successful Amazon business,
Yep.
and we're super close. And I knew that you worked with him, and he always said great things about you, and he said great things about your process and everything. So
Yeah.
I was just curious. I was like, oh, who is this guy? And he said, he actually teaches a course.
Yep.
And so then we started talking, and I really liked what I heard, and I just felt like it was a really good solution to what I needed because I'm entrepreneurial, but I also really like. I always was personally. I was like I liked the structure that school had given me, and
Yep.
I like the structure that a corporation also gives me. But at the same time, I don't want to be stuck in it. So I like
Yeah.
the idea of there being this framework that I can freely go in and out of and understand, and like a community that will support my entrepreneurialism.
Cool.
Um,
And so you found the program through a buddy of yours, Nick, who I've been working with for years. He has a massive Amazon business, and he's become a good friend of mine. Him and Fernando. And so you found it there, and so we had a phone call. So I didn't really know who you were, right? So basically, Nick kind of introduced us, and we had a phone call, and we had kind of like a strategy session, like I do with pretty much everybody. And what made it what's really interesting about your story is you weren't like in the best finance, like you were kind of like in between. You were like, hey man, like you had savings, but you were like not making like a lot of money, and so for you to invest was kind of a big step for you. So what made you decide to invest in the program? Because it's a decent investment.
I mean, a lot of it had to do with my trust in my friend's recommendation, and then
Gotcha.
when I spoke to you on the phone, I could just tell. I really appreciated your honesty, and I appreciated when I asked technical questions, you would respond, and you seem very responsive. So I just felt like I got it. I mean, at some point you got to take a risk if you want to make a reward. And I
It's true.
thought this felt right. So I went for it, and I'm glad
Cool.
I did.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of went for it and you're glad you did. So why are you glad you did? What type of what was kind of like what was life before the program, and then what was life after the program? For you and
Yeah.
then for the people you work with.
So I think one of this the struggles that I was having was, first of all, how do I find even prospective clients in a efficient way, and then what do like, how do I approach them? What is a good way to approach them? So um, I really feel like this program, it gave me a technical competence. I really became super familiar with the fundamentals of PPC, of the components of it. I'm so confident in it now that I can discuss anything that someone asks me, I can discuss, and I can give them some insight. And once I have that ability, and you actually gave me tips about actually marketing myself and a growth machine,
Yeah,
you
the
call
growth
it.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that, I mean, that's all I've been doing. I've just been doing the growth machine,
Yep.
and I do it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is hard work. I'm not like, it's not like you're gonna buy the course and then you're just gonna have clients or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I did this every day, and I
Yep.
studied the course every day. And yeah, so this month I've in committed value, I've closed about $16,000 in this month, which for me is more money than I've ever made in my life in a month. So,
And what
um,
was before? What was the before on monthly revenue from clients?
um, it was probably around, it was 2K.
So you went from 2K before the program, 2K a month, to this month you'll do 16K in
Mm-hmm.
client.
Yeah, this month it's 16K in committed value. So it's over 3 months. So
Got
it's
you.
about, yeah, yeah. But
So what's the so you're talking about like, so committed, so okay, so 16K, so you signed 16K worth of contracts this month.
exactly.
What's going to be revenue for you off that 16K?
Uh, Monthly revenue is about five, and
Cool.
this is month two after the course.
So
So,
month 2. So from 2K to 5K in month 2, and
and this is
yeah.
five additional K. Yeah, this
Oh,
is
so that
this.
now you're going to be at 7K. So you've
Yeah,
like you went from like 2K to 5K. So you like more than tripled your revenue in
yeah,
2 months.
yeah. And I know 100% that it's because of this course. Like, everything that I'm doing is so guided by these different systems that we've talked about. So
Yep.
um, it's changed my life for sure,
Yeah.
which is crazy to say. I mean, it's crazy that I've seen these types of interviews before. I even watched these interviews that you had before I joined this course, and I was like, I don't know, but it's weird that I'm one of these people now, and it's actually it happened. So,
Yeah, it kind of leaves you speechless a little bit because you're like, it seems unbelievable, right? Like people like getting phenomenal results and getting crazy results it's not normal. It's not what you see in the normal population of humans. You see like steady growth, you see like this, that, or the other, but you don't see like, so to see it's almost hard to believe it because it's like such an outlier. And, if you're not surrounded by it, then it's even harder to believe, like if like for me, to my knowledge, I'm the only entrepreneur in my family. And so when I see stuff that, when I first got into entrepreneurship, I was like, no way, it's very unique. Yeah. So what I loved was, you kind of took a risk. I mean, you were doing $2K a month, and you invested in the program, which was pretty expensive for you. And I remember telling you, and this is something a lot of people don't realize, but like by investing in the program, you set yourself up for being able to like receive larger retainers. Like people don't realize you can't expect to get paid a good retainer if you're not willing to pay one yourself. That's a huge psychology piece that that has been like, I use every day. Like I don't ask for discounts. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I've really changed my psychology about willing to spend money and stuff. And then what happens is, that you start bringing people around. So 2K to 5K. So
I mean, even on that point, just like the fact, I have a feeling that I wouldn't have done, like just the fact that I spent so much money when I wasn't making that much, when I didn't have that much money, I just knew like there's no plan B. Like that was a big
best. Dude, there should never be a plan B, man. Dude, I mean, like there kind of should. I mean, you don't want to just like throw everything away or whatever. There are some people that can do that, but like you don't want to like diverge your focus. You don't want to be like, hey man, like I could always do this. You kind of want to be all in because it shows a level of commitment. And so it went from 2K a month to 5K a month. So you cash collected this month will be 5K, but on top of that, it's 16K in contracts. So these contracts were signed after joining the program, and as a result of using our like lead generation, the sales script. I sent you, like I taught you lead generation, how to find leads, how to like the sales script, how to do the audit, how to handle objections.
Honestly, so much of it too is there's the Facebook group, which really helps if you have any questions, you're stuck. And just I read it every day, and I learn so much just from the specific questions that people have.
Same here, man. I learn as much as my students do from my own Facebook group. Like I'm so what is it? Like I'm always pretty like excited about what I see posted in the group and the answers that people provide because it makes me smarter. Like I'm like, wow, And what type of results? So not only have you got results for your agency, so what type of results have you gotten for, a couple results that you've gotten for the clients that you have signed for the Amazon using our program?
So for one client, immediately, I mean, we did the audit. And by the way, the audit by itself, that is a huge value because that just, it really solidifies what value I'm going to bring to them. And I personally care a lot about having some idea of what value I'm going to bring to someone before I ask them for money. So that was super helpful. And just from the audit and looking at their bulk files, I saw that I could save them $3,000 a month immediately just by cutting their bleeding keywords. I mean, it's crazy how much people don't like look at that stuff and how they let just bleed. Another client since beginning of June we've doubled the sales and kept ACoS the same. So that's pretty crazy too. He's very happy. With the other clients, a lot of them are very new, so we're still, implementing everything and we're going to see how it goes. But everyone's pretty happy so far. So
cool, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Man. I'm happy for you, man. I mean, it's a good thing that you're getting results because that was the whole point. So it's kind of cool because the program not only helped you with finding your own clients, like that process, but it also helped. It actually had the service built in, which I think is a little unique, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good for agencies, consultants out there who are like in Amazon sellers. We work with
Mm-hmm.
all three of them. But any parting words for anyone before you hop off?
Um, I just say that if you really, I mean, I'm speaking more to people interested in the agency side, but yeah, I feel like right now this market is there's so much demand. And if you really want to boost your income and you want to like a career that has unlimited growth potential and you're willing to put in the work and willing to study, this is a amazing place to be. And there's probably, from what I know, there's no better way into it than Sean's course. So yeah,
Straight to
so
the accelerator, the PPC
yeah.
AMS Accelerator.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. I
those,
love
those
it.
would be my parting words probably. But yeah.
Cool. All right, Daniel. Thank you so much, man. I'm so happy that we were able to change your life, and let's just keep changing it. All
All
right.
right.
I'll talk to you
Yeah,
later.
thanks, man. All right, bye.